The harder part is finding a house where the luxury features actually make day-to-day life better. You want privacy, you want enough land, room to entertain, a great kitchen function, flexible bedroom options, and proximity to everything you already know and love and use in Atlanta. That combination gets harder to find when you want to stay this close to Buckhead, Sandy Springs. And this home starts answering that question before we even get through the front door. The first thing I notice is the scale of the lot. This home has more than an acre, but we're still very close to Buckhead, North Buckhead, close to Brookhaven. We are just north of Chastain Park. Look how expansive this lot is, which adds not just yard space, room for the pool, but also just privacy and separation. The curved driveway and the garage courtyard keep the garage doors from like dominating, like the front elevation of the home. So you're not looking at the home and seeing a whole bunch of garage doors, even though it has a 4-car garage. The way this is tucked off on the side, it doesn't impact the curb appeal. And the curved driveway, it just helps tuck that away. And as you are entertaining frequently, think about parking. Pay attention here to the parking. There is considerably more guest parking flexibility here than we find in many of our in-town luxury homes. So the exterior has so much presence, so much curb appeal, but the floor plan inside is where this really gets interesting. So let me take you inside. Outside here, we do have limestone and stucco, hard coat stucco. That front elevation I spoke of, I love that they have invested in some landscaping here. You'd be surprised. Sometimes that's overlooked. We have the gas lanterns on either side of the front door. Beautiful curved architectural detail there with the archway. And the side-by-side front doors, letting in so much wonderful light. Opens to a 2-story foyer with this statement chandelier. Notice the dedicated office. So notice that the rooms immediately around the front door are functional. The glass office gives you separation with those big glass doors. You can shut the door, keep it quiet, have your meeting, but you're not closing off the light. And it has its own fireplace. And then directly across from there is the formal dining room. This chandelier reminds me of icicles. What do you think? And of course, we have all the light in the windows. I especially like this built-in lighted cabinetry because it gives you real storage instead of a dining room that only looks pretty, and the way it passes through to the formal living room is just so functional and beautiful. If you are coming from an in-town home where every room is doing 2 jobs, this is one of the differences you start noticing at this level. You can have a true office, a real dining room, and still have a completely separate everyday living spaces. Let me show you what is the operational center of the home. Get you to the kitchen first. Quick look at the powder room. Very spacious. Love how they have the tile here, not just a backsplash, but the entire wall with the diamond herringbone pattern. This is not simply a large kitchen. It's designed around how somebody who cooks or entertains actually uses a kitchen. You have a separate sub-zero refrigerator hidden there. And the separate sub-zero freezer on the other side. There are 2 dishwashers. There's one, and there's one. And the big farmhouse sink. 48-inch range. There is the beverage center over here. Ice maker, and it's just substantial cabinetry. But the feature that I really love is hidden back here. It's behind us. The Scullery. This is where the prep and the cleanup can happen while you're entertaining, so the main kitchen stays looking like this, beautiful and clean, instead of becoming the staging area for everything. So you also have the walk-in pantry back here. So storage has been treated as part of the architecture rather than an afterthought. Such a large pantry. This Scullery is the kind of feature that may sound excessive until you're entertaining 20 people and realize all the mess has disappeared from the main kitchen. The kitchen will stay tidy while you've got another refrigerator, microwave, dishwasher, sink, more storage. This does go back to the parking courtyard. So there's the 3-car garage on that side. This opens up to the 1-car garage on this side. We've got the laundry area here, some of the washer dryer hookups, and here in the Scullery there is the drop zone mudroom coming in from the 3-car garage. So a place to drop all your bags, all your packages, kids things, pets things. So functional and all hidden back here behind the kitchen. So the main living area, let me go there next. This is the main living area, and the feature I would focus on is not actually that beautiful fireplace with the built-in bench seating on both sides, but it's the entire wall of 10-foot sliding glass doors. When those are open, the covered outdoor living space effectively becomes another room, right? That matters in Atlanta because we can use outdoor living for a large part of the year. We will go outside and look around more closely before we leave today. This is the keeping room off of the kitchen, and this could become one of the most used rooms in the house, for sure. You have the vaulted beamed ceilings, the floor-to-ceiling fireplace, but you're still connected to the kitchen and to the pool. So the house gives you formal entertaining space without making everyday life feel formal. Now let's look at something unusual. This home gives you 2 legitimate primary suite options. We are still here on the main level. There's the front door with the office and the dining room. There is a coat closet here. And this is the first primary suite here on the main level. Great light, a good size, plenty of room for a king-size bed, has its own gas fireplace, big walk-in closet. Having a real primary suite downstairs creates a lot of flexibility. This could work as an owner suite. Right now, or a long-term, one-level living later on if you ever need it. It could be just an unusually beautiful, strong guest suite or multi-generational suite, family home if you're going to have family sharing the home with you. Perhaps this is where the grandparents live, with their bedroom. The bath here continues the more tailored design language we're seeing in the rest of the home with the wood vanities, the large format tile, and polished fixtures, 2 shower heads, skylights, freestanding soaker tub. Such beautiful light. Imagine waking up here in the mornings. For somebody thinking years ahead when choosing their next home, a main level suite can be a really smart feature, even if you don't need it today. But upstairs is where they created the showpiece master suite. So let's go look at that. Going up these floating stairs. The theme of huge windows and amazing light continues. The top of the stairs, even the landing is so spacious. I could imagine bookcases up here, desks, a reading nook. Even the stair landing could be transformed into its own living space. This is primary suite number 2. And the scale changes considerably. We've got the floor to ceiling stone fireplace and your own wet bar. So this isn't simply a bedroom. There is enough space to create a true private hideaway retreat. I wonder if they have any plans to make the closet any bigger. I'm just kidding. This is the primary suite closet wing. The real showpiece of a primary suite. Wait until you see the bathroom. This is not it. This is your other laundry option, the top floor laundry option. Love this herringbone pattern on the floor. So we're back up at the top of the stairs. Everything to my left is the primary suite. I just circled through the closet and the laundry. I'm gonna go back into the bedroom so I can show you this ensuite bath. This bathroom takes this idea of a retreat considerably further. The vaulted ceiling and the skylights keep this from feeling like an enclosed interior bathroom. It's definitely not that. There are dual water closets, dual showers. One of my favorite features is 2 water closets, 2 shower heads, 2 sinks, 1 bathtub. What is your favorite feature so far? Leave a comment below. I am Judy Jernigan with Sage+Grace Realty Group, part of the agency Atlanta. We're taking a look right now at what nearly $6 million can buy you at the present time in South Sandy Springs, just north of North Buckhead, just west of Brookhaven. This home is listed at 5.95. Leave a comment below, send me a direct message. or text me, or a good old-fashioned phone call. I'm Judy Jernigan. I'm easy to find. I'm here to be a resource for you. I can show you this home, or we can look at similar homes for sale in the North Atlanta area, or we can just talk about what we're seeing in the real estate market and your real estate goals. It's never too early to start planning ahead and start the conversation. Give me a call. Now, let's get back to the tour. The rest of this level keeps the same standard. This isn't just a home where the primary living wing is beautiful. The secondary bedrooms are beautiful as well. There are 3 additional upstairs bedrooms. Each has their own ensuite bath. I appreciate when each bedroom has its own ensuite bath instead of like forcing the secondary bedrooms to share baths. And again, the finishes continue. The high ceilings, the big windows, the gorgeous hardwood floors, the high-end tile. Rather than having all the design budget concentrated in the primary suite, it does extend to these bedrooms as well. That has the shower and again the walk-in closet. 3rd bedroom upstairs, well, 4th bedroom upstairs, 5th for the whole home. We've got double closets in here. And a penny tile on the floor, another walk-in shower. I love that all of the bathrooms have different design finishes. They didn't try to put the exact same tile in every bathroom. Sometimes we see that even at this price point in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th bedrooms and bathrooms. There was the bathtub. I was just checking. Usually one of the bedrooms has a bathtub, and then the other 2 had the walk-in shower, and of course the primary had the tub and shower. All right. One last look in here. I could just spend all day in here. Let me make sure we took a good look at the wet bar, coffee bar. What would you have there? I think I'd have my morning coffee station for sure. I have a home seller, a listing coming soon, and my home seller has a gold mirror that reminds me of this one. And she was asking if she should leave it for staging, for photos, and I hesitated. I wasn't sure. I'll have to send her this and let her know. She's like, I just think it adds a bit of glam. I want to add a bit of glam. It works. It works in her home. It works in this home. Let me show you the terrace level. We're going to go back down these beautiful stairs, past all these windows. We are going downstairs because nearly 10,000 square feet only works if the additional square footage has a purpose, right? Appreciate the lighting. It is the middle of the day, plenty of light, but you can never have too much lighting on stairs. This terrace level gives you several completely different uses without trying to make one giant room do everything. There is a wet bar and the wine cellar, a dedicated, let me see, there's the wine cellar. Simple, effective. Look, I lost my shoe. Nobody wants to see my shoe left here. I'm going to show you the storage, electrical. All right, real estate is so glamorous, right? Look how beautiful this electrical panel is. So beautiful. Home inspectors will like it when everything is labeled so clearly. well done. The tankless hot water heater, heating and cooling, so much storage, you can never have enough storage, right? And of course, access to ductwork, plumbing, security system in there. All right, we already looked briefly at the wine cellar. There is a half bath, beautiful countertop, and the wet bar. We've got a dishwasher, which I appreciate, as well as the beverage cooler, the ice maker, and the media room. Got your stadium seating, plenty of room for your projector, big screen. The closet over there for the electronics. Like that, we are above grade over here with the full-size windows. Let me take you to this side of the terrace level. This is your dedicated gym space. You could tell by the flooring. Of course, you could change that if you wanted something else, but we've got the flooring that just makes you want to jump, or it does me, or do yoga. And then another guest suite. Walk-in closet, spacious, above grade room, plenty of light, beautiful flooring, ensuite bath. The storage matters. One of the mistakes I see in very large homes is maximizing finished square footage and forgetting that people with this much house also have a lot to store. But for me, the reason this floor plan works is how all of these spaces ultimately relate back to the backyard. So let's head that way. Oop, I'm all right. I think I did not wear the right shoes for the job today. I didn't drop the camera. Pause for just a minute. I am Judy Jernigan, Sage+Grace Realty Group, part of the agency Atlanta. Let's give a shout out to Bonnie Mayer with Atlanta Fine Homes, Sotheby's International, for sharing this beautiful listing with us today and letting us tour. As promised, we must look outside. These are accordion doors, meaning they completely push back and collapse on either side. Again, they are the 10-foot high, floor to ceiling, wall of windows. We have doors into the keeping room as well as the formal living room. This is the covered lanai. There are automated screens. You can see the black stripe right there. That is the screen that can be raised or lowered at the push of a button. So you can make this a screened-in porch or leave it open. So we have the outdoor kitchen, fireside seating. There's a fire pit here in the middle of the room. There is a saltwater pool. What we call the tanning ledge, where you can be half in the water but still working on your tan. Does anyone still do that? The fire wall, pool bath. So this is the part of the property that really explains the lifestyle. The lanai, again, being covered and screened automatically, so it functions more like another living room than like a patio. You've got the outdoor kitchen and what we'll call the fireside seating. This is fully covered with the skylights. So there is a dedicated pool bath over here. Which sounds like a small detail until you realize that nobody has to walk through the house wet. Just you go to the water closet. And importantly, the pool does not consume the entire backyard. You still have lawn and usable private space beyond the pool. So you're getting this estate style outdoor setup while remaining in Sandy Springs, immediately north of Buckhead and west of Brookhaven, rather than moving far outside Atlanta to get the land. So what does $5.95 million actually buy here? This property is nearly 10,000 finished square feet on approximately 1 acre, just over an acre. 6 bedrooms with 2 primary suites, 4 garage bays, that finished terrace level, and a complete pool and outdoor living setup. That works out to roughly $599 per square foot at the current asking price. I would not value a property like this based on price per square foot alone. At this level, land, construction quality, architecture, location, and amenities, those all matter so tremendously. But it's a useful benchmark when you're comparing several homes in the $5 million to $7 million range and trying to understand where the money is actually going. With this one, a significant part of the value proposition is that you are getting estate scale land and amenities without giving up proximity to Buckhead and the core of Atlanta. This is also a price tier that does exist in this immediate Sandy Springs, Chastain Park market. Other 1 acre new construction estates nearby are being marketed in the mid $6 million range. So home buyers at this level really have to compare the entire package rather than simply bedroom count. When you are looking at homes for sale in North Atlanta and trying to compare Brookhaven, Sandy Springs, Buckhead, or neighborhoods around Chastain Park, this is exactly the kind of decision I hope clients work through. And when you're buying your next home, if it also means selling the one you own now, there are several ways to structure those two transactions. You do not have to guess which order makes sense. Use the link in the description to schedule a private strategy conversation with me. And subscribe, because I'll be touring more homes and neighborhoods throughout Brookhaven, North Atlanta, Buckhead, Sandy Springs, so you can see what different locations and price points actually buy. And tell me in the comments, if you were choosing at this price point, what matters more to you? The acre plus lot, the kitchen and scullery, or this outdoor living space? I'm Judy Jernigan, Sage+Grace Realty Group, part of the Agency Atlanta. I'll see you in the next video.